In our KTLA studio here is Los Angeles City Fire Captain Stacy Gerlich, and she's here to show us what other things that you might need. Not everybody's got to spend $500 for a safety kit.
No, you don't have to.
Yours cost what? This is all on the table here. This is $45, $50?
About $45, $50.
Is it surprising that most people in California probably are not prepared, even though we have earthquakes and fires and floods?
It's surprising to those of us who do it for a living, but if you look at the average, no, it's not really that surprising, because I think people think inherently it won't happen to them.
And we all know it will.
And it will.
At some point.
At some point.
All right. You walked in with a backpack. All of this was shoved into a backpack today, so it doesn't have to take up a lot of room in your garage or anything.
No, not at all.
This is easy. Run us through some of these. Probably the most important things, food and water.
Food and water. So here is an example of a 3-day supply of food. This is obviously dehydrated food.
Right.
Comes in different flavors. Lemon, coconut are usually the more common.
Yeah.
But this is a 5-year shelf life.
Okay.
And you know what? When you don't have anything, it's great.
Yeah, now this is not going to be the best tasting stuff, but it's high in nutrition.
High in nutrition, low in sodium, so you don't drink a lot of water.
Okay.
High in calorie content, so it sustains you for a little bit longer.
All right, let's talk about water, obviously. And the government is probably not going to be able to get to you if you're in an earthquake or someplace for several days, right?
Right. Now, you know, typically we would talk about the 72-hour be self-prepared, but really we want people to be thinking
longer.
A week to 2 weeks, realistically.
And you're going to need a lot of water for
And you're going to need a lot of water.
What do you have here?
So this is about, this is really not as much water as I would have if the kit were completely full, but you're thinking 1 gallon per person per day for 3 days.
And you can't carry around water bottles with you all of the time. This is a lot more compact.
Right. So these are just little foil, and again, this is a 5-year shelf life on these right here. So you know, it's simple.
One-time investment, it's going to last you a long time.
It's going to last you a long time.
All right, first aid kit. You don't have to have a huge first aid kit. You got the basics here.
You got the basics. You need some bandaging. You need some Band-Aids, you know. You need a little ACE wrap and gloves, of course.
All right. You're also going high-tech a little bit here. You've got a little drive here. What's this about?
It's a little USB drive.
Yeah.
Now, on here, I have all my important documents. So I have the deed to my house.
Smart.
Right? Yeah. The insurance papers, passport, and the things that you're going to need should you need assistance from FEMA. Okay,
you've got a little bundle of cash sitting here on the table as well.
Little bundle of cash. The idea of the small denominations of cash is if you did not have your water and you have a $50 bill, you go to the store,
they can't cash
a gallon of water is going to cost you $50.
Yeah, because they'll take that and nothing else. Yeah. Clothing. You've got a couple of different things. Talk about the first one over here.
So have a, you know, t-shirt, some undergarments, some socks, just, you know, an extra pair in case you get wet.
And you've got them in plastic bags. That's important.
Sure. Keeps out the bugs.
And the water.
Helps them, keeps out the water, exactly. And then in this one, have just a jacket for any inclement weather. This happens to be waterproof. Obviously, it's a little easier for myself because of my size, you know, to get these things in a small, but they make the larger bags.
You've got a couple of things I didn't think about. You got a whistle. Why?
Because you're going to be able to blow that whistle.
If you're trapped under something?
Exactly, for a lot longer than you would be able to yell at the top of your lungs. And think about weight on your chest.
As well. Flashlight, of course, seems like a no-brainer.
Great little compact flashlight.
Doesn't have to be big.
Doesn't have to be big. And I carry one in my uniform pocket all the time because I never know where I'm going to be.
You've got a prescription bottle on the table.
Prescription bottle. So if you take prescription on a daily basis, you need to be thinking about a day or two extra.
Have a supply with you.
You're not going to go to your CVS and Walgreens and drive through and get this.
Okay, and you just don't want one of these. You want one of these in your trunk. You want one at your work. You want one at home. Why?
Because you don't know where you're going to be.
Makes sense.
And this is so compact. It's like picking up your purse or picking up your briefcase.
Yeah, and probably more important.
And way more important.
All right, Captain, I appreciate it.
Thank you very
much. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully we'll be talking with you as the years go on. And again,